Most people think millionaires spend their money on tech companies, luxury real estate, or the next big startup. But some of the wealthiest investors in America are buying something far less glamorous. Laundromats, rows of washing machines, plastic laundry baskets, coin dispensers. At first glance, it seems ridiculous. Why would someone with millions of dollars choose to own a laundromat? The answer reveals a side of wealth creation most people never see. And by the end of this video, you may never look at an ordinary business the same way again. Because what appears boring on the surface is often where the real money is hiding. When people imagine successful businesses, they picture innovation, new apps, new technology, new products, something revolutionary. But many wealthy investors have learned a different lesson. The best businesses are not always exciting. They're often essential. People don't need the newest app, but they do need clean clothes. Every week, every month, every year. Regardless of recessions, regardless of politics, regardless of what happens in the stock market. And that's exactly where the story begins. Consider a typical startup. It might require investors, employees, software development, marketing, advertising, and years of uncertainty. Most startups fail. Some studies estimate that roughly 90% never achieve long-term success. Yet many entrepreneurs continue chasing them. Meanwhile, another business owner quietly unlocks the door to a laundromat every morning and collects income from a service people cannot stop using. It isn't flashy, but it works, and the numbers can be surprisingly powerful. But before we look at the money, there's something even more important: the psychology. Because most people overlook opportunities for one simple reason: they're boring. Humans are naturally attracted to exciting stories, exciting opportunities, exciting investments. Nobody brags about owning a laundromat at a cocktail party, which creates an unusual advantage: less competition, less attention, and often better opportunities. One investor described this phenomenon perfectly. He said that many people would rather chase a risky opportunity promising huge returns than buy a stable business that quietly produces cash for decades. And history suggests he was right. Many fortunes have been built through ordinary services: waste removal, self-storage, commercial cleaning, pest control, and yes, laundromats. But here's where things get interesting. Not all laundromats are successful. Far from it. Some struggle, some fail, some barely survive. The difference often comes down to location. A laundromat in the wrong neighborhood can become a financial burden. A laundromat in the right neighborhood can become a cash-generating machine. And one owner discovered this in dramatic fashion. After purchasing an aging laundromat, he noticed something unusual. The machines were constantly occupied. Customers frequently waited for openings. Week after week, month after month, demand was overwhelming supply. So instead of expanding into a new industry, he simply added more machines. The result? Revenue climbed dramatically. Not because he invented anything, not because he created new technology, because he paid attention to a problem people already had. And that lesson appears again and again throughout business history. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs aren't inventors. They're problem solvers. They identify something people already need, then they deliver it consistently. It's not exciting, but it's effective. Now compare this to many modern businesses. Companies spend millions trying to convince customers they need a product. Laundromats don't have that problem. The demand already exists. The customer already knows they need the service. The challenge isn't creating demand. The challenge is meeting it efficiently. And that changes the economics entirely. But perhaps the most surprising part of this story isn't the revenue, it's the freedom. Because many laundromat owners eventually discover something powerful. The business doesn't depend entirely on their presence. Modern payment systems, security cameras, remote monitoring, automated equipment, all reduce daily involvement. In some cases, owners spend only a few hours each week managing operations. Imagine that. A business serving customers every day while requiring relatively little direct attention. That's a concept many entrepreneurs spend years trying to achieve. Of course, owning a laundromat isn't easy money. Equipment breaks, utilities rise, competition appears, locations change. Every business has challenges, but the broader lesson remains. Wealth often hides where attention does not. And laundromats are just one example. The same pattern appears in countless industries. Commercial cleaning, pressure washing, junk removal, parking lot maintenance, septic services, self-storage. Businesses most people ignore. Yet businesses that quietly generate millions of dollars every year. The truth is that many people spend their lives searching for extraordinary opportunities, while overlooking ordinary opportunities with extraordinary potential. They want excitement. They want innovation. They want headlines. But wealth often grows in silence. Inside warehouses, inside service trucks, inside storage units, inside laundromats, and inside businesses solving problems most people don't want to think about. So the next time you pass a small business that looks ordinary, ask yourself a question. Is it actually ordinary? Or are you looking at a machine quietly producing wealth while everyone else searches for something more exciting? Because history suggests some of the most profitable opportunities aren't hiding in the future. They're hiding in plain sight. And most people walk past them every single day.